Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Gateron's two new Hall effect switches, Rubies and Green Dragons. Both of these are closed bottoms, so no lube will leak, and that's pretty good, but let's get into them. So first off, let's get into the Ruby switch. So the Ruby switch feels like a very well-balanced switch. It only has 30 grams of force, but it feels relatively like medium balanced. It does need a little bit of force, but then it's pretty light. These are the best feeling switches I've used while gaming out of the 40 plus switches I've used between mechanical and Hall effect, about 40. In terms of bottom out, this is 50 by 10. The bottom out feels very nice because it's a tad heavy. It doesn't feel too hard. It just feels good. Everything about the switch just feels good. The switch is a 20 millimeter customized spring, and then these are factory lube. These apparently are very similar to the Jade Pros, just better lubed and recolored. So again, in terms of feel, these feel very good for both typing and for gaming. So you shouldn't have a problem using this as an all-around keyboard. These switch sounds pretty good in all the Hall effect keyboards I tried them in. In terms of consistency, I will say, like, you probably won't be able to hear it from here, but like my one key has like a little, it just doesn't sound as well lubed, and a few of the switches don't, so it's not perfect consistency. Now I want to kind of get into spring wobble here. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but I'll show it right here. There is a little bit of stem wobble. It's nothing crazy. I never have an issue with stem wobble, but it's definitely there. And in terms of the pricing of this switch, it does go between 67 to 86 for 70 or 90. These are more on the expensive side, and there are other good switches out there. But if you just want a nice, good switch that feels good and sounds good, this is an okay option. This is a good option. You just have to pay a premium price. So let's get into the Green Dragons. So the Green Dragons are super light. They are 33 by 5. These are probably the lightest switches I've ever used that I can remember. And the bottom out force is 45 by 10. And what I would say is the bottom out on these switches just feels terrible while gaming. They feel really light, but it feels like you're getting to the bottom out so fast that it kind of just doesn't feel good with your fingers once you hit that bottom out, and it gets uncomfortable with your fingers the longer you're gaming. So I just want to put that out there. In terms of, these are pre-lubed as well. In terms of sound, these don't sound great. Like, I'll give a full sound test at the end, but these sound very similar to more early on switches, Hall effect switches, but they don't have as soft of a bottom out as early switches did, because a lot of early switches were open bottom, so when you would push them down, they would feel very soft, which means they felt early on Hall effect switches felt very good for gaming, but they didn't have good typing feel. And these, I would say, have a better typing feel, but don't feel great while gaming. So I just want to put that out there. In terms of price, they're 47 to 61, so they're not as expensive as the Rubies, but they're not as good in any type of way. Yes, they're super light, but again, while gaming, the bottom out did bother me. It might not bother you. It's just something that bothered me, so I want to put that out there. But if you do want something that doesn't sound the best but sounds okay, and it's not as expensive, and you want something super light, these are fine. But I do want to put that out there again, that these don't really sound great to me, and that they also just don't feel comfortable, at least for me. And in terms of stem wobble, there's still stem wobble with these as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give a little overview about these switches and what I feel. I was stuttering a little bit more than usual in this video. Sorry about that, but I'm going to leave it with this take and see you in the next one.